Hey guys, welcome to the Formless Guide. This is your host, Guru J. Today, we're going to break down the stages of third eye awakening, also known as the Ajna chakra. Whether you felt some pressure between your eyebrows, been having vivid dreams, or you just want to strengthen your intuitive perception, this episode is for you. Dormant. This is stage 1, when intuition sleeps. In this stage, your third eye is going to be quiet. Sometimes you might feel disconnected from your inner voice, like you're relying way more on logic and external validation than anything internal. Some signs that'll help you understand this is you may feel like a skeptic towards spiritual or intuitive practice. You may feel like you experience flat or easily forgotten dreams, resistance to stillness or silence. In other words, you have forgotten your origin and you are working on an unconscious guide. The chakras that work with this is the root chakra, Muladhara. Builds safety so deeper perception is in threatening. And the solar plexus, Manipura, helps to boost the confidence to explore the unseen so we can begin to understand what this deeper intuition stems from and how it's accessed. And I've decided to tie this with the pineal gland because the Ajna is strongly associated with the pineal gland and the reaction that occurs when you begin to spark intuition's light. So the pineal gland for this stage of dormancy may be underactive, poor sleep, or little dream recall. This is where you may feel like you're just never getting enough rest. You feel like you sleep more than enough, but you feel exhausted. And sometimes when you dream, it is almost impossible to remember. The circadian rhythm is off, affecting intuitive clarity. In other words, your body is beginning to burn out. It's beginning to lose its motivation. Now this is stage 2, otherwise known as the stirring, what I like to call when we start to feel the shift. This is when Ajna will start to activate. You might feel a subtle pressure between your brows, notice the synchronicities, or have dreams that stick with you longer than usual. Some signs that will help you understand if this is an occurrence in your life is tingling or warmth at that third eye area in between the brows. Sometimes numbers and symbols begin to show up, meaning you begin to see behind the veil. All of these things that may have felt unnoticeable are now becoming vivid to you. Sometimes random intuitive hits start feeling accurate. The chakras to support this awakening is the sacral, the second chakra, otherwise known as Swadhisthana. It helps to open the imagination and allow the emotional flow. As intuition arises, compassion is needed. Now, we'd like to talk about the throat chakra. Why? You will start to express what you feel intuitively. You will start to be very vocal about every true meaning behind what you say, what you do, how you feel, things that may not even be present yet from another person you will see and be able to vocalize. And how this interacts with the pineal gland. Melatonin levels improve. Your sleep becomes more enriching. You start to feel energetic and sometimes experience what I call spiritual downloads during quiet moments. This is when it feels like a random boost of all this information is now given to you. Unconsciously, it begins to happen because the third eye is beginning to open and you're becoming available to all the things that you have hindered yourself from seeing before, from experiencing before, for remembering from before. Stage 3, the opening, otherwise known as the symbolic sight. At this point, perception shifts. You don't just see, you notice. Dreams get deeper, symbols pop out, meditation starts pulling up archetypes. Some signs that will indicate when you're at this stage is indigo flashes or geometric shapes that occur, reoccurring symbols or messages. Mystical curiosity will begin to spike. All of a sudden, it feels like you're now transporting to what was a fake reality to now reality. All that is happening, all the subconscious cues, the unconscious cues, all of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the emotions, all of these feelings, you begin to see them, not just within yourself, but within others. This is where we use the chakra of Ajna, the heart chakra. It is important that you keep your insight grounded in compassion when this is happening. It can be easy to get lost within all the truth of life. Sometimes it may feel like such a tremendous buildup of truth, it can cause you to run away from it. It can cause you to feel shame because of it. It can cause you to see pain only in it. This is why Anahata is important. Another chakra is Sahasrara, the crown chakra. This helps broaden your spiritual context, meaning when this awakening occurs, you no longer see spirituality as something of segregation. You don't see religion. You don't see rites. You don't have rituals. You see all that is consciousness. You see the source of all consciousness, to what we refer to as the divine. You see everything for what it is. And as you do this, grasp from different areas, as they are all parts of oneself that are made to help you in your journey of life, in your journey of spiritual well-being. Now, some pineal gland notes for this stage are the visual phenomenon increases. Sometimes you may experience random flashes, or you may see different layers of people, not just for the physicality. They will automatically be stripped in multiple layers to your eye because of the strength in perception. Sometimes you may experience deja vu or spontaneous insight. We're going to discuss more about this in stage 4, where we speak about the awakening, seeing through layers. You start to see emotional energy behind people's words. You trust your gut instantly. The third eye doesn't just peek out, it's looking around. Some signs you can use to be aware if you're in this stage is the unshakable gut feeling of intuition. When you have a feeling that something is going to occur, something may happen, something important is going to happen for you. Not always negative, but good things. Learn to be aware of them. And this will not be an instinctual habit. It will be something due to pure perception. Another sign is inner visions where eyes begin to open. You start to feel other people's unspoken emotions. And the chakras to support this are the root chakra. Staying anchored within this so you don't become flustered, clustered within all that you're seeing. It can become easy to get lost, to feel small, to feel overwhelmed when you're going through this stage of awakening. Take the time and let love shape your vision. Every time you notice truth in the world, in your life, be it good or bad, first, apply compassion. It will help you understand it in a healthier, clearer way. And we use the heart chakra for this vision of love. And some pineal gland notes we'll use for this stage are: you might feel drawn to certain sounds, frequencies, or light. When this higher perception begins to arise, it becomes like you're reborn in your senses. Things are louder. Your eyesight is clearer. Your voice feels authentic. All of your senses will become heightened in awareness. The best way to go through this is to remember to stay grounded and apply compassion. Emotional release becomes part of spiritual clarity, meaning when these visions become vivid to you, the emotions that have held up within those private areas that you have unconsciously held, they begin to flow away. And they are not rushed, they are not forgotten. They are shown the compassion that wasn't there before, and they are understood for what they are, versus being hidden or put away on a shelf of shame, guilt, hate, jealousy, fear, or an attachment to something you're ashamed of. Here we reach stage 5, the integration, living as the seer. This is when intuition becomes your default. You don't second guess it. Your decisions, your art, your words, all flow from your inner knowing. Meaning, every time you speak, every time you act, anything that comes upon you, it is not there to take from you, nor are you to take from it. It is there to be experienced and then let to flow in the river of consciousness. Some signs that this is a stage within your life is symbolic thinking comes naturally. Intuitive speech feels effortless. You navigate life through energy, not just logic. As I spoke about earlier, your senses will become heightened, where it will be so much that you become a sensory field, being able to detect changes in the air, in the energies within, in the people around you. All of these fine details that wasn't present before will now be a daily part of your life. And you will enjoy it because it is natural to you. The chakras that help support when you're in this stage is the crown chakra. Keep channeling that universal wisdom. So whatever practice that you're employing in order to keep or to awaken this third eye, keep practicing. For example, mindful techniques, pray, whatever form of transmutation or transference you use to understand and connect with something greater than yourself, to connect with your higher consciousness. Another thing, we use the throat chakra, Vishuddha. Speak your vision with clarity. Every time you have a vision, every time your intuitive side speaks to you, be confident and let it be vocalized. Yes, sometimes clarity and truth may be a poison. Sometimes it may be harsh, but it is the truth. And authenticity is irreplaceable. In fact, it breeds growth. Another chakra we will use, as I mentioned before, is Anahata, the heart chakra. It is important to stay aligned with compassion during this stage. It can be easy to become attached to all this now infinite layers of wisdom. However, it is not there for you to become attached to it. It is not there to become prideful of. It is there because you have accepted that you are a shared piece of consciousness, now integrating with consciousness as a whole, or in other words, the divine. Some pineal gland notes we can use for this stage is, this is peak vitality. Lucid dreams will begin to become a natural thing in your life. When you have dreams, you will not only be able to remember them, you will have been a participant in them. You may have visionary dreams. You may have dreams where you're experiencing different situations that have been hidden to you before. And within that, you are now given opportunity to make changes, understand them, and employ them on a daily basis, as well as spiritually raise higher consciousness. Because as the insight and intuition grows, so does the ability to receive, thus widening this third eye. Rapid insight will be a constant and deep trust within this insight. You will feel the pulse of life through every decision, meaning you will not be led by your instinct. You're going to be led by greater understanding, greater intuition, from being able to see that which others cannot, that which is unseeable to the unconscious, and that which is yours to appreciate and then share. Share with compassion, receive with compassion, see with compassion. Within all these stages, let compassion be a constant, and the third eye will blossom in your favor. As you integrate, let loose of these survival instincts that were needed in your past, that you felt were possibly needed in your present. They are here for your safety. Now we let go of them as we integrate and become a seer and a person who experiences life in a different dimension that they can love for themselves in their journey through life. This is your Formless Guide, signing off.